At the edge of a dark valley, where the morning mist still clung to the hills, a young soldier named Elias stood with his armor strapped tightly around him. The battle ahead was real, and so was the fear in his chest. His hands were steady enough to hold a sword, but his heart trembled as if it were a leaf in the wind. Elias had not always been afraid. In training, he had laughed with the other men and spoken bravely. But now, as the distant sound of marching reached his ears, every shadow seemed larger than before. He thought of his mother's tears when he left home, of the faces of his comrades, and of the possibility that he might not see another sunrise. That night, while the camp slept, Elias walked beyond the torches to a quiet place beneath an olive tree. He knelt in the dust and opened a small worn scroll he had carried from home. On its faded page were the words, "Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God." He read them again, as if his soul needed to hear the promise more than once. Then he prayed, not with polished words, but with the honesty of a frightened man. "Lord, I do not know what tomorrow will bring. My strength is small, but your word is sure. Stand with me when my courage fails." As he prayed, the wind moved through the branches above him, and the campfires flickered in the distance like small stars on the earth. Elias did not suddenly become reckless or untouched by danger. The battle was still ahead, but something changed within him. The fear that had ruled him began to loosen its grip. He remembered that courage was not the absence of trembling, but the refusal to let trembling have the final word. At dawn, when the trumpet sounded, Elias walked beside his brothers with a calmer spirit. Arrows flew, shields clashed, and the field shook with chaos, yet he found himself whispering the promise again and again. Each time fear rose, he answered it with prayer. Each time his heart faltered, he clung to the God who had not abandoned him. When the day ended, Elias returned weary and scratched, but alive. More than that, he returned changed. He had learned that the Lord's promises do not remove the battle, but they strengthen the soul within it. The same God who was with him in the olive grove had been with him in the valley. The lesson of the story is this: fear loses its power when a believer meets it with prayer and trust in God's promises. For when I am afraid, I will trust in you.